Hello, this is The Slayer, and you're watching TVLine.com.
Welcome back to another edition of Reality Check, your weekly deep dive into all things unscripted television.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
All
We
right,
have
guys, the
liftoff.
rockets are lit. Let's get this baby in the air. Show me something.
Show us the what you got.
I'm Michael Slezak from TVLine.com. I am here with American Idol Season 6 standout Melinda Doolittle, and we are sponsored by our celebrity crushes. Melinda, who's your celebrity crush?
I'm only going to say it if he's going to actually show up in this room at this moment. And I'll show you what excitement actually is.
Didn't you whisper that's your crush?
Yes. I don't know what's happening in my life right now.
Either Alex and Sam knew that this was going to happen and they are the worst actors in the world, or this is really what happens when they're shocked and excited. And then in that case, Houston, we have a problem.
And there she is.
Oh my gosh.
It feels to me like we started season 13 with like international good vibes.
Today, it's either Hollywood or right back home.
And happy times. Hollywood Week was kind of fun and lively, and now, ever since we got to the voting rounds, it seems like the producers just want to psychologically torture the contestants.
What does that feel like?
It is not fun, and it kind of culminated with this yes or no shocking twist during the results show.
Tonight is going to be a plane crash shoving a train wreck onto a crowded highway.
It all happens now on Big Brother.
And I just thought,
all my orgasms have come at once.
That's fantastic.
I seriously have never been happier to have been on season 6 of American Idol instead of this season, because I don't know what I would have done. Part of me says I would have just voted with the pack and said, yes, let's just all stay. Send 2 people home next week, whatever. At least we all get to stay this week. But then another side of me is like, kudos to Gina and Alex, who had the guts to say no and be like, it's America's votes. Whatever happens, happens.
the whole point of the show is to be judged on your body of work and what you've done in a given week. And I think the results should stand.
Allow it.
We already allow the producers to manipulate with the judges' save. That should be plenty of saves for a very limited voting period.
Believe.
I love Gina and Alex for voting no. I love them for it.
And the 5th one is also a no.
If I'd been in their shoes, I don't know if I would have had the courage to do it, because I fear, and I hope that this is not true, but I fear there may be a backlash against them.
If I'm thinking strategically and I'm thinking Sam's votes probably would have gone in the Alex direction maybe. And then if I'm a Sam fan and I think that because of Alex saying no, Sam went home, then yeah, it may affect some things, you know? At the end of the day, as Sam fans, we just didn't vote enough.
Sam Wolf.
His fan base failed him, not once, but twice.
We are unanimous. We're going to use the save tonight.
So you can point and sneer at Gina and Alex all you want, but at the end of the day, he didn't have enough votes. And I'm curious about this. Do you think that if Jessica had been the lowest vote getter, that the producers would have put in a special twist?
Do you really have to ask me that?
So let's talk about the contestants this week. What was your favorite? What was your favorite performance?
Ah, snap. That's all the answer we need. Look, if even Melinda Doolittle sees a conspiracy, there is a conspiracy afoot, people. Who did we love this week? To me, the winner of the week, not just for voting no, but just for being totally awesome on stage, was Gina. I loved both of her performances. To me, My Body wasn't even a reality singing competition. That was like an actual artist ready to jump over to iHeartRadio and school those lip-syncing folios on how it's done live and how you interact and get people stoked and make them pay money to go to see a concert.
No inhibition. She was running around. She was singing her tail off. And she might need to just remind herself, you know, you got a microphone in your hand, keep it up to your mouth.
Yes.
But after that, And did you notice that she asked Randy, like, what should I do during the first verse?
I would play it center me on the first verse to start the song.
Like the whole thing?
Yeah.
And she's like, booyah, and just like ran. I mean, she could not have disagreed with him more.
It's so cute when Randy has ideas.
The minute that Jason Mraz told Alex to raise his mic and that would help him look up a little more, and I heard Randy go, oh, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right?
I'll raise my mic stand up just a little bit, and it forces me to have to like go this way.
I've been trying with Randy.
You've been
but
trying.
Are you kidding? What?
Randy Jackson pounding that single. All right.
Thank you.
Tonight's our theme, by the way, is America's Request.
All he's been doing is sitting on the couch eating a roast beef sandwich. I'm the mentor? What? I just came for lunch. Let's talk about Gina's Valerie, because it was the more controversial or polarizing of the two performances. I loved what she did with Valerie.
Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me.
I accept that maybe some of the judges didn't like her rendition as much as the original template or as much as the Amy Winehouse template.
The tempo of that song and the arrangement was so not you.
Can't you give her a little credit for saying, I'm gonna do more than basic karaoke version?
I mean, I think it would have been different had she not nailed it.
Right.
But she did. She was really the only one for me that nailed both of her songs. So can you just give her the credit for that, maybe?
Okay, so we know we both liked Gina this week. She kind of won the week for us. We know that Sam got eliminated. Who would you have rounded out the bottom two with?
I'm gonna have to say Jessica. But listen.
And I'm bleed when I fall down. I'm only human.
There were so many pitch issues to me, and her tone was not as beautiful as I know it can be. It was starting to kind of get on the side of her voice that can kind of like, you know, grate at you just a little. I'm trying to be nice and I can't find the nice words. Jessica,
You've been hanging around with me for too long.
I liked her second song better. I did.
I would have almost ranked Jessica second this week, just behind Gina. Like, I loved Summertime Sadness.
Summertime, summertime sadness. It's the summertime, summertime sadness.
I understand when the judges are like, you are not the most natural mover on stage. Neither was someone named Carrie Underwood back in season 4, and I did have an issue with that as well. But the vocal on it was insane. It was better than Lana Del Rey has ever sung that song. It was moody, it was gorgeous, it had that distinctive tone of hers to it, and I feel like she kind of brought me into this sort of cinematic, dark world of hers and just took me on a ride.
Here a real big beauty queen style. High heels off, I'm feeling alive.
Okay, permission to say something controversial.
Permission granted.
I would have filled out the bottom two this week with Caleb.
Watch your smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming.
Apparently the judges missed it, but the first 2/3 of I Don't Want to Miss a Thing were kind of a hot wreck.
I don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, babe.
I mean, you know I love that song, but I love it when Steven Tyler sings it.
But let's talk about the second performance. Let's talk about Still of the Night, because as much as it got lighting and reverb, and as much as we had to suffer through J-Lo shaking what her mama gave her, it just felt very tribute band in a mid-sized city bar.
I just wanna make love to you and feel your body.
It was very exciting for me on Wednesday night, but then on Thursday night at the dinner table, when he just kind of sang it sitting there and said it was really easy, then I wasn't as impressed. So sadly, he talked himself out of it for me.
Does that hurt when you go that high?
Nope. Last contestant of the week we have to discuss, Alex. I've got to ask this about Alex. Would you be satisfied with him winning season 13 if he never successfully covers an uptempo song and makes you really feel like he sold it?
No, I would not. This was better than the last uptempo.
Right. Sweater weather is greater than, how do I do that sign with my hands? Is greater than animal, but it still wasn't good enough.
The door beats hard as full. Inside is warm, but outside it starts to pour.
But then Say Something happened.
Yeah.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Look, I'm in the middle of like a successful, happy relationship going on 13 years. And I was like, oh my God. Like by the time Alex was done, I was like, everything's over. You know? That was brutal. Moving along to The Voice. I actually thought if I had to say who did I love, there would be multiple names in the mix.
This one was a hard one for me because I thought so many people did a great job. I mean, Christina Grimmie, hello? Delvin Choice, I mean... The end of that song, especially when Carson came out.
Do you know my name?
Oh, Carson.
I wasn't sure if you were done or what you were doing.
Cassandra. Good God, Cassandra.
Although I know you have a bone to pick with the production over Cassandra's performance this week.
The glory note of a performance is like, that's the payoff. However, the production decided to play the glory note during the package before her song. Wow. It could have been like mind-blowing. I just lost it. But I knew she was gonna do it. I'm so tired of them messing up the suspense for me. They showed the cat had 58% of the vote.
You still have time to tweet to save one of these artists if you haven't already.
What is the opposite of suspense? Ennui? I don't know, but they do not want us to experience even a moment. I hate that I just said something in like a French way.
Ennui?
It never goes well. So yeah, go down to the comment section at YouTube and you can mock me for that.
That being said, I feel like at least one of the two that went home, it was the right choice.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry, Bria. And Tess, I was a little sad to see go because I don't think she ever really got to live up to her potential.
Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun?
Probably on Team Shakira, she's all in on Kristen Merlin because Kristen is really good too, and she's having success on iTunes.
Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.
Yeah.
She might actually outlast both of Blake's country singers, which is interesting.
You think?
I know, you're like Jake Worthington is making it to the final three no matter what he does vocally.
Straight in, straight line, you can't get here fast enough.
The pitch, that was a rough one for me. And I love Jake. I really do. Even though he just called me like a little person or something. Like he was like, this is for all the little people.
I'm doing this for the little people.
And Blake was like, this is for everyone who's not in New York or LA.
Everybody in between, that's who you represent.
And then Shakira's like to Kristen Merlin, you're doing it for the minorities.
What Blake said before about Jake, that he represented the majorities of this country, I think you represent the minorities.
Girl, no, don't. Like, she
know.
may be a lesbian, but that doesn't mean that she can't appeal to, like, straight people.
My sexuality is not the most interesting thing about me.
Don't put her in the gay ghetto. I can say that.
Can you say that?
I can, and I just did.
Great Scott, I've created life itself.